Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video review of the Rotibox Fighter. These are a pair of Bluetooth 4.0 enabled in-ear earbuds that are noise isolating and also provide a microphone for you to talk with if you're connecting it to a smartphone, and it works with Windows, Android, and also iOS. As far as design goes, these are a bit more unique than your traditional pair of Bluetooth earbuds because they have an inline remote control. They're also relatively lightweight, although they are a bit more bulky than a traditional pair of, earbuds would be without Bluetooth functionality. Battery life is average. Is rated about 4 hours, which is only so-so, but it charges over micro USB and it takes about 2 hours to fully charge, which is relatively fast. The price point of this is around $60 on Amazon.com, so relatively inexpensive, and the company claims that it's high fidelity, but we'll have to test those claims to see if it is true. You can see the packaging here is made out of a recycled cardboard material, which is relatively eco-friendly. There's also a carrying pouch inside. We have some adjustable tips for you to use if you have a smaller or a larger ear for a more secure fit. There's also the micro USB cord for charging and also the instruction manual, which is printed in full color. An interesting aspect about the Fighter earbuds, it can actually connect to 2 phones at the same time or 2 tablets, so you don't have to kind of go back and forth between pairing modes. If you want to listen to music with a phone and also your laptop, you can simply transition back and forth just by turning one of your products off. You don't have to repair it every single time, so it's a nice little feature there. The carrying case is nicely constructed, and now we just have the earbuds themselves. Now the Fighter comes in multiple color schemes. We have the blue and black version. It also comes in a green version if you want to customize it, and the build quality is actually pretty nice. It's crafted out of a polycarbonate material that feels relatively sturdy and also has some very glossy plastic accents on the very top that attracts a bit of fingerprints. On the side here you have access to the micro USB port for charging and syncing, and on the very bottom here you have access to that inline remote control. It looks like there's a brushed metal finish, but it's actually just plastic. There's also that built-in microphone for talking to if you want to use it for conversations on the bus or on the train. It does a pretty good job of doing that, but it doesn't have any noise canceling features. On the very back, you have access to the power on and off switch and also the up and down for the volume controls. These buttons are relatively large, however they are very flush with the surface, which makes them pretty difficult to press by feel, so you have to press quite hard on them with your nails just to get them to respond, which is the downside of this. The cord length itself is actually pretty comfortable. You simply attach the earphones themselves on the back of your neck, and then it has a pretty secure fit even if you're running or jogging around, because it has these tips on the sides that fits in rather comfortably, and again you can adjust the silicone tips on the other side. So overall, as far as design is concerned, they are okay, I guess. They're not the most attractive, design in the world, but they are quite flashy, vibrant, and colorful. In terms of sound quality, I have to say that the Fighter earbuds do a pretty good job. As long as you're within the 10-meter range, which is the connection range for Bluetooth 4.0, it does a good job of playing back your music. And there's also a built-in LED indicator on the actual remote itself, and you can see it flash when the unit has been powered on. And it's actually pretty battery conservant because you can have it on the standby mode and it's going to last you roughly a few hundred hours before it's going to die. So it has good battery life in terms of standby, but the actual process is not the best in the world. Now, playing back music, the audio quality is decent. It has a lot more bass than I expected it to have, but the music clarity is only, again, about average, I would say, because there's a little bit of static in the background, unfortunately. With that being said, if you're listening to pop music, electric music, I think it does a good job of doing that, and there's quite a bit of detail in the sounds as well, so decent sound quality as well for the price point. So overall, I would say that these also can get pretty loud if you're listening to music, so they do a pretty good job if you're using them for exercising purposes. They are not waterproof, however, so make sure you don't get any rain or dust or anything like that on it, but it is sweat-proof, which is going to be a little bit more rugged. The wire here is also crafted out of a thin design, or a thin wire design, which resists any tangling. It's also a plus for this particular pair of earbuds. So overall, I would say that the strongest selling point for the Fighter earbuds are going to be the Bluetooth functionality, the built-in microphone, and the fact that it has a pretty unique and compelling design going for it. Whether you like it or not is really up to you. I would say it's kind of a hit or miss depending on whether you like the style or not. But otherwise, I would say that the quality of the sound is decent, and also that the value here is also pretty good. And they are relatively comfortable to wear if you're using them for exercising purposes. You can check out more details about this in our full written review, but this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. These have been the Rotibox Fighter in-ear Bluetooth 4.0 earbuds. Thanks for watching.